Hello everyone, welcome to upcoming IAS. So today we'll start unit 2, that is about state government. So unit 2 consists of chapter 2 and chapter 3. So chapter 2 and 3 of the text. Wait a bit. Chapter 2 and 3 of the text discusses the functions and structure of state government, focusing on health and representation. They encourage learners to visualize the ideal role of government and discuss ways to change it. The text encourages interactive classroom session to avoid boredom and cynicism, as it's a teacher's note, so it has been written in that perspective. So we will move on straight to our chapter. Yes, chapter 2, role of government in health. In a democracy, people expect government to work for their welfare. This could be through the provision of education, health, employment, housing, or the development of roads, electricity, etc. In this chapter, we shall examine the meanings and problems related to health, whether that may be physical health or that may be mental health. Look at the subheadings of this chapter. In what ways do you think this topic is related to the work of the government? So here you can look at the pictures given above. What is health? Then healthcare in India. India has the largest number of medical colleges in the world and is among the largest producers of doctors. Approximately 15,000 new doctors qualify every year. Healthcare facilities have grown substantially over the years. In 1950, there were only 2,717 hospitals in India. In 1991, there were 11,174 hospitals. In 2000, the number grew to 18,218. India gets a large number of medical tourists from many countries. They come for treatment in some of the hospitals in India that compare with the best in the world. India is the fourth largest producer of medicines in the world and is also a large exporter of medicines. Most doctors settle in urban areas. People in rural areas have to travel long distances to reach a doctor. The number of doctors with respect to population is much less in rural areas. About 5 lakh people die from tuberculosis every year. This number is almost unchanged since its independence. Almost 2 million cases of malaria are reported every year, and this number isn't decreasing. We are not able to provide clean drinking water to all. 21% of all communicable diseases are waterborne, for example, diarrhea, worms, hepatitis, etc. Half of all children in India do not get adequate food to eat and are undernourished. So next is about public healthcare system, story of Hakim Sheikh. So what is the story of Hakim Sheikh given? In the right side, as you can see, patient usually have to wait in long queues in government hospitals like this one. And then story of Hakim Sheikh. Hakim Sheikh was a member of the Paschim Banga Khet Mazdoor Samiti (PBKMS), an organization of agricultural laborers in West Bengal. One evening in 1992, he accidentally fell off a running train and suffered head injuries. He was in a very serious condition and needed immediate treatment. He was taken to a government hospital in Kolkata, but they refused to admit him because they did not have a spare bed. Another hospital did not have the facility or the specialized doctors necessary for his treatment. In this way, he spent 14 hours in a critical state and was taken to 8 different government hospitals, but none of them admitted him. Finally, he was admitted in a private hospital where he received treatment. He spent a lot of money on his treatment, angry and upset over the indifferent attitude of all the hospitals that refused to admit him. Hakim Sheikh and PBKMS filed a case in the court. So what is given in blue color line? Read the story given above. Then imagine that you are a judge in the court. What would you say to Hakim Sheikh? Okay. Here a story has been given between two school-going friends. Both of them suffer from the same disease. One is rich, another one is poor. The rich one goes to a private hospital and what happens with him, and the poor one goes to a government hospital and what happens with him. Both of them share their own experiences. If you want, you can pause the video and have a look at it. Okay, so now we'll discuss about public and private healthcare services. First, we'll discuss about public health services. Wait a second. Why pay taxes to the government? Government uses tax money for providing many public services for the benefit of all citizens. Some services such as defense, police, judicial system, highways, etc. benefit all citizens. Otherwise, the citizens cannot organize these services for themselves. Taxes fund developmental programs and services such as education, healthcare, employment, social welfare, vocational training, etc. required for needy citizens. Tax money is utilized for relief and rehabilitation in case of natural disasters such as floods, earthquakes, tsunami, etc. Space, nuclear, and missile programs are also funded from the revenues collected as taxes. Government provides some services, especially for the poor who cannot afford to purchase them from the market. One example is healthcare. Can you give other examples? You can read the one that has been written in blue colored lines and can obtain a greater insight about this. Then we'll discuss about private health facilities. Here you can see a doctor in the rural healthcare center giving medicines to a patient, and here you can see a woman with a sick child at a government hospital. According to UNICEF, more than 2 million children die every year in India from preventable infections. That is a very, I will say, tragic case rather. Okay. So here a post-operative room in a private hospital in Delhi. You can see the the level of state of the art technology that are available here. Medical Council of India's Code of Medical Ethics states every physician should, as far as possible, prescribe drugs with generic names, and he or she shall ensure that there is a rational prescription and use of drugs. Okay. If you want, you can also brainstorm your mind regarding how can healthcare be made more affordable. You can discuss about that. In rural areas, jeep is often used to serve as a mobile clinic for patients. Next topic is that healthcare and equality. Is adequate healthcare available to all? And here you can see a pregnant woman has to travel many kilometers to see a qualified doctor. What can be done regarding these issues? And here case study has been given between Kerala and Costa Rican country. Okay. So what was the extract of this chapter? Health encompasses various aspects of our lives, including disease, prevention, environmental factors, and physical activity. It involves maintaining good mental health, being active, maintaining good spirits. It is essential to various situations associate various situations with health, promoting overall well-being. Overall well-being. Healthcare in India requires appropriate facilities, professionals, and medicines to prevent and treat illnesses, as well as adequate equipment and medical professionals to provide necessary care. India has a large number of doctors, clinics, hospitals, and a public healthcare system. Despite advancements in medical sciences, the country struggles to provide adequate healthcare facilities to its population despite its resources. Public health services are government-run health centers and hospitals that cover both rural and urban areas. They provide treatment for common illnesses and special services. Public health services are meant for everyone, providing quality care at low costs and preventing the spread of diseases like TB, malaria, jaundice, and cholera. The cholera is not that much prevalent today, but it used to be prevalent in our earlier times, where a village suffering from cholera would be cleared off. So the court ruled that the government has a duty to ensure the welfare of the people and provide healthcare facilities, including emergency treatment. Private health facilities exist in India, including clinics, hospitals, and laboratories. And also we discussed about the story of Hakim Sheikh and how the government hospital denied him of basic healthcare, and he has to get admitted in a private hospital and has to incur a huge cost which is beyond a common man's imagination. So the court asked the state government to provide the money spent on Hakim Sheikh's treatment, but he got the justice, and government announced the judgment in favor of him, and he got his money back. So private health facilities in India are increasing, but not as accessible as public services. Obviously, these services are concentrated in urban areas and are expensive, leading to poor patient care. Only 20% of the population can afford all necessary medicines. It is crucial to ensure rational prescription and use of drugs. Medical expenses cause hardship for poor and individuals, leading to anxiety and distress. Lack of basic necessities, undernutrition, and inadequate healthcare services contribute to this issue. contribute to these issues. The government should provide quality healthcare services, but health is dependent on basic amenities and social conditions. Addressing these issues is crucial for improving overall health. So here a case study has been given between Kerala and Costa Rican country. In 1996, Kerala government allocated 40% of the state budget to panchayats, enabling proper planning for water, food, women's development and education. However, problems like shortages of medicines and insufficient hospital beds remained. Costa Rica, one of the healthiest countries in South America, prioritizes health through its constitution, providing basic services and health education. So thank you guys, and that's it for today. Please do share your reviews and doubts in the comment section below, and please like, share and subscribe to our channel.